Let's draft 2 new players.
Let's do it. Matt Miller over at ESPN. This is mock draft season. This is where they all start. Content machine gets going, and they're saying, all right, Matt Miller, Jordan Reed, Mel Kiper, Ben Solak, whoever else over there. Who was the guy I made mad one time because he heard something I said? The little fantasy football guy, Field Yates. It's y'all's turn to go out there. And
I don't think he was as little as I thought.
Yeah,
I think I messed up his measurement.
He's not as tiny. Like, he was a football player. He's kind of like built a little bit, but he's still like,
his height, right?
Yeah, he's like 5'10" or something, I think.
I'll go on. Yeah, I can't say nothing.
But Matt Miller has his first mock draft coming out after the Senior Bowl. We're starting to get lead up to Combine, and so all the All-Star games are pretty much over now. So he has released his first 2-round mock, and that means 2 new players for the Dallas Cowboys, or I should say 1 new player for the Dallas Cowboys. Because the pick at number 12 that they project is the same exact one that literally everyone keeps projecting over and over again. Sonny Styles, linebacker, Ohio State. He writes that with the trade of Micah Parsons to the Packers, giving the Cowboys 2 first-round picks, Dallas enters this draft with an edict to fix a porous defense that gave up the most points per game in the NFL this season. Styles is a quick fix at the second level with his sideline-to-sideline speed and range. He's similar in terms of his trajectory. I'm not saying this is the player he's going to be. He's similar in his trajectory to a guy we're going to interview later this week, Brian Urlacher. So Urlacher was a safety in college and then converted to linebacker, bulked up, but was always kind of a bigger linebacker and had really good coverage skills. That's like the just dream scenario for projecting out Styles and his frame and the way that he's played up to this point. So that would be a big helpful one. Here's the problem that I have with this mock draft, though. And it comes at 20, and everybody keeps doing the same thing. Number 20, the Dallas Cowboys select T.J. Parker, edge rusher, Clemson, who's a good player. Edge rusher vaulted up the Cowboys' list of priorities the moment Micah Parsons was traded. In this spot, they would get a long, tough, aggressive defender who had the best Senior Bowl week of any edge rushing prospect. Parker was seen as a potential round 1 player entering last season after compiling 11 sacks, but saw his production dip to 5.5 in 2025. So if you had a second-round pick or you had a third-round pick, I would be much more just like, yeah, just pick whoever the best defensive player on the board is, other than defensive tackle at this point.
Right.
But when you don't have anything again until the 4th round, I don't know if edge rusher is what I want to pick in the first round, unless it's just a blinking light. Like a player who the value is so ridiculous there.
Like CD drops.
Because, like, you've got the defensive tackle room, which is, you can generate pass rush. Quinnen Williams is a pass rusher. They've got some guys there. You've already drafted Ezra who you hope is going to develop a little bit more. Free agency defensive ends.
And you're bald because of him.
That's true. Free agency defensive ends are hit more commonly than first-round edge rushers do. I just don't know that with those limited resources, I'd want to do that. God, Baloney Boy is here.
What? Oh,
Baloney Boy is here.
I saw him.
Who?
He waved.
Ask him how much a pound of board.
See, that's why I hate sitting on this side. I should have taken your chair.
Oh, baby.
I can't see the venue. I can't see what's going on.
Yeah. You have.
And now you guys are whispering. I don't know what you're talking about. I do know what you're talking about. You need to explain it more to the audience because they don't know what you're talking about.
They know about Butcher Boy.
Who does?
Joe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly what it is. But edge rusher, to me, at this point, I don't want to mess with that in the draft. I mean, you can get somebody in the 4th round or whatever, but like if you're talking about how to apply these resources, because this is huge. This is it. We were talking about it yesterday walking around the airport. Them having 2 first-round picks, given where they're at right now, this is the moment of you either jumpstart the franchise again, you get the Diggs Lamb type of draft, and you jumpstart things again, or if you mess these up, you're in a hole that it's going to be really hard to get out of with 1 or 2 drafts following this. If you pick 2 Mozzie Smiths, you're starting to screw this core, and it's going to be a tough reset.
And free agent and drafted defensive ends right out the gate were slower to contribute immediately.
Yeah, slower to contribute immediately, and even the hit rate is lower even over the course of their career. First-round edge rushers are lower than 50%, and free agent edge rushers are about 50%.
All right, if there's a D end on the board who's an 8, and there's a corner who's a 7, who are you going to draft?
The 8 defensive end.
Okay.
Because
so that's not a blinking light. It's a better player, and I agree. Draft a better player, but a blinking light to me is like, oh my God, Jalen Carter has fallen, CeeDee Lamb has fallen.
Yeah. So with this this would be like David Bailey for me as well from Texas Tech, who now there's like talk he's going to go in the top 5. He was initially thought to be top 15. That looks like it's going to be top 5 at this point. But when you look at what this corner class is, there's a lot of questions about all of them. So you're already talking about a risk there, even if that is a 7. And the other aspect of it is corner as well is a position that's really difficult to make work right out of the gate. It's just hard to get a contributor there right away. That's why I'd say I would much prefer, if you're going to go ahead and pick somebody like TJ Parker, trade back from 20, pick up an extra second or third, whatever it would be. Go ahead and pick an edge rusher at the end of the first round if you want, and then you need to use that day 2 pick on getting a safety. And then you go linebacker, edge rusher, safety, find whatever it is. But at this point, I don't think you have the luxury to be able to just say slam dunk best pick available right there, because you have just those 2 pieces of capital in the draft and so many holes that really need to be addressed.
Trade backs. And yesterday we were out to dinner with some guys who were watching and studying tape, and they did not sound too enthusiastic about this class.
No.
Someone said, I'll get his permission before I repeat it, but he was like, I feel like this could be the weakest draft in the last 7 years. That's what a guy said. 7.
Really?
So
think about it. Fernando Mendoza, I mean, like, I'm not, like, I love Fernando Mendoza's personality, but, like, I'm not looking at him and saying that's John Elway.
No. I mean, he's going to get drafted there because, he's a quarterback, obviously. So when you don't have...
This is the last 2 drafts. Cam Ward and Fernando Mendoza are not classic number 1 picks.
Right.
Either one.
They're picked there because of the quarterback.
They're Alex Smith.
Sure, and Alex had a nice career.
No, yeah, Alex had a nice career.
But
this is not, oh my gosh, there's Caleb Williams and Drake May and Jaden Daniels all at the top of the draft.
Yeah, I don't want to draft Alex Smith 1.
No,
that's not what I want. If I have the number 1 pick, I'm disappointed if I have that.
I mean, you get like Cam Newton is like a really interesting test case for like what is a successful or not successful number 1 overall pick.
Right.
He won an MVP. He played 10 years.
Well, got to a Super Bowl.
He didn't have consistent top line play every year.
I mean, he had a better career than Alex Smith.
Sure. Yeah, oh, for sure.
That's the biggest football argument I've ever had with David Hellman was Cam Newton worth the number 1 pick? Because he was just like saying it so flippantly. It's like you'd agree, like Cam Newton was a home run at number 1, right? And I was like, no, I would not agree with that.
I think he was a
successful
number 1 pick.
He's fine.
Yeah. He's fine. Successful.
I'm happy with that if I'm a Panthers fan.
Yeah, passing grade, home run, like, oh my gosh, that's everything you dream of a number 1 pick? No.